Okay, guys. So you guys remember that on Friday we started a new reading. Did we start or no? No? But we talked about argument and we talked about point of view, okay? So we're going to review those points today. So our learning intentions for today. So who would like to have me read this learning intention for you? How did you? Yes.
How to determine and identify the parts of an argument.
Okay. Who wants to read this part? Okay, come on.
So that they be able to analyze it with the claim and
Okay, identify a claim and counterclaim, and how we know that we have got it. Who wants to read this part? Yes?
When I can identify the different parts of the argument in a reading passage.
Muy bien, thank you. Okay, so today we're going to be analyzing parts of an argument, specifically the claim and counterclaim, and then we're going to use those skills to analyze our reading for this week, okay? So this is how our plan for today looks like. So we have a warm-up, which is a question about what you guys learned from argument and point of view on Friday. And then we have some group activities, and then we have some annotations. So we're going, instead of doing the question worksheet, if we have time, we're going to do it at the end of the hour. But if not, we're going to start the reading and doing some annotations. So you guys are going to need to highlight or pen to take notes. For now, as for your warm-up, you guys will have these little paper strips in your tables. So I'm going to give you 45 seconds to discuss with your group, with your classmates. What do you learn from about arguments and point of view on Friday? And then after we're going to come back and I'm going to ask one person for each table, not for each table, but I'm going to pick one table and then one person from that table. And that person is going to tell us why your group discussed. Is it clear? Yeah? Okay. So for right now, I'm going to put the timer and you guys are going to discuss what you learned on Friday about argument and point of view. I'm going to give you. All right, let's start discussing. Okay, guys, everybody. I'm sorry, a little interruption. Yes, so whatever you guys discussing, like what you guys learn about point of view and argument, you're going to write it down in the little paper that you got. Okay? As many ideas as you guys have. Alright, okay, let's see what you guys discuss. So, in this table, actually that table, whoever person is pointing number 3 is going to tell me what your group discussed. What your group discussed about either argument or point of view.
An argument is a debate.
An argument is a debate, yeah, between the people, alright. Let's see, another table. Table number 8, that's it. So whoever person is pointing number 2.
So I don't know if you use a schedule or something and then I can just, I would say, or,
So point of view is the perspective of someone. No, that's it, correct? Let's see. Back table back there. So whoever person is facing number 4. What do you guys discuss about argument of point of view?
I learned that an argument is a debate.
Okay, an argument is supposed to pursue someone about to take a position in an issue. Okay, good. All right. Let's see this table right now, more review and then some group work. So we're already discussing what is an argument. Let's say author's position or opinion, and then the claim is the position of the author. Either he is against or he is supporting the claim or the idea, and then he has to back up with evidence. Okay? So let's see, in your rules, I'm gonna give you 45 seconds or 50 seconds. So you're going to read this argument right here, and I want you to identify what is the problem, the claim, and then what evidence is the author using to support the claim. Okay? And the dynamic is going to be similar. I'm not going to tell you what group I'm going to pick, but which one person from the table is going to tell you what your group is at. Okay? So same dynamic. Okay, so what is the problem, the claim, and then the evidence? Can you go over discuss?
The problem is that you meant that the problem is what's going on in the climate.
Okay, let's see what you're discuss. So, table back there. So whoever person is facing number 2, going to tell us what is the problem. That you guys discuss. How much energy we use? So that's our problem there, that because a major amount of energy used on fossil fuels, so a major amount of energy used in the household, it requires more use of fossil fuels to the combustion. So as much energy you're using in your house, you're burning more fossil fuels and polluting the air. Okay, so what is the claim? Let's see, this table. So whoever person is facing number 1. So what is the claim? What is the solution for the problem? switch over to different energy resources, and then what, like they're saying that because we're using too much energy in your house, you're contaminating or contributing to the footprint, carbon footprint. So what is it he's proposing? So our plan for solution is a vehicle to reduce their carbon footprint if they switch their lights out. And then what is the evidence? This table, okay. So whoever person is facing number 2. So what is some evidence that supports the claim that if we switch off our lights, we may save energy and don't produce a lot of carbon dioxide? Your group table can help you too. Can you guys discuss it? So yes, so our evidence is that most electric power plants use natural gas and coal to produce electricity. So this is our evidence. Because they use those fossil fuels, that's the way that they're contaminated. Okay? If they will use a different resource to cover their houses, then they are not going to be contaminated. So this is kind of the process that you guys are going to use when you are reviewing the argument for this afternoon. So you're identifying your problem, and then you're identifying what is the solution of the claim, and then what evidence is also providing to back up the claim. Okay? Let's see. And then we have a counterclaim. We didn't talk about a counterclaim, but so a counterclaim is a writer, an opposite response to the writer's claim. Let's say like, you say that sugar is bad. Then a counterclaim is going to be opposite, and they're going to say, no, actually, sugar is good for your body. But then you have to defend that claim. You can just tell me, no, what you're saying is wrong, but you have to back up with evidence. So that's a counterclaim. You make sure that whenever idea, opinion, statement that you're stating, you have to back it up with evidence. If someone is going to say that their idea is better, then you're going to prove that no. You have to defend your idea. That's the whole idea with the counterclaim right here. Okay? So that's an example. So water bottles should be allowed in school because they could increase grades, help students to stay healthy, and reduce illnesses. And then a counterclaim and opposite is students. If students start bringing water bottles to class, they may have to go and leave go to the bathroom often. So they're saying it's good for their health because they can concentrate better, stay hydrated, healthy. But no, because they're going to be leaving the bathroom constantly. So this is an example of context. And now, again in your groups, you're going to be discussing what will be a good counterclaim for this claim right here. Switching to biodegradable wrapping, packaging, and containers will help humans to reduce their carbon footprint. So what will be some ideas or side effects about using this type of packaging and container? So discuss in your group again. So whoever is facing number 2. Okay. Whoever is facing number 4. Okay. So what is a counterplane for this? Your counterplane. Your group table can count it too.
Well, a counter game that could be for it is that switching to like
You have to get that down.
I would agree.
that the next packaging could be weakened,
Now packaging will be what?
weak, so we are able to break it easily.
Maybe because of the type of material that is made, yes. That would be a good thing. So maybe. The packaging wouldn't be that resistant, maybe. What will be another contact plane, an opposite? Yes.
Things on the biodegradable products and they have a paper, and paper is made out of trees. If we switch completely to biodegradable products, we will be cutting down more trees and in fact making the counterproductive.
Yeah. So it's going to be counterproductive. Yes, because in fact we want to take care of the air, but what about the trees and other resources that we're using? Okay? That's good. Everyone else have another contribution?
Producing biodegradable can produce carbon, so like manufacturing it can possibly unleash carbon emissions as well.
Yes, on the process also they still using maybe fossil fuels. So maybe we have to switch to another form of production. Okay, those are really good counterplans for you guys to. Another counterplan I would think about is maybe those products maybe some more expensive because of the production and then they are not that accessible for everyone. So that may be another counterplan. And then on Friday we also talk about point of view. Okay, so when they say point of view is a perspective, right? It's the perspective of the other. But like I said, the author conveys a point of view. So what is that word convey mean?
So the author shows a point of view.
It's like showing, but then it has something else there. And they're trying to, like when they say conveying meaning, they're using different strategies to convey a meaning. Yes. So when they say like the author conveys the point of view, is like they're trying to imply the point of view, and they're going to use this feature right here. So they're going to use either word choice, so a specific type of language, a specific type of phrases, a statements. They're going to use syntax, which is the way the authors arrange. So periods and commas, they are also a con to analyze point of view, and also rhetorical questions. So what is a rhetorical question? Rhetorical question. Next slide.
A question as to make a point rather than get,
A question that makes the point instead of question, okay? And what would be an example of a rhetorical question? Who can give me an example of a rhetorical question?
The weather is so chilly.
Yeah, they're not asking you, but they're making a point, right? Also, I don't know, I think this one, I have heard in Spanish, I don't know if it's too Mexican, but it's like, when someone is saying like, oh, can you bring me this and that, and he's overwhelming you with like duties, and then you're like, anything else? Are you guys hearing?
algo más.
Algo más? Yeah. So the rhetorical question is like that. It's like it's not actually asking you to answer the question, but it's making emphasizing the idea. Okay. So let's do some practice. Okay, so let's practice some, we're going to analyze a point of view. Oh, do you guys remember that on Friday we talked about personal and neutral point of view, or subjective and objective? You guys remember? Derby? In your notes, so in your notes, you guys should have this, an author's point of view can be personal or neutral. So when it's personal, they're going to base their opinion on experiences, previous experiences, something that they have seen or lived. And then neutral is when they're going to use data, facts, statistics. Okay? So now in our exercise, we're going to identify if this claim right here is the point of view is objective or personal, subjective or personal, or objective or neutral. Okay? So it's the same thing as personal. So in your groups, analyze the word choices, or what type of language techniques is the author using to convey the meaning. And then tell me if it's objective or subjective point of view. Also analyze the use of periods, here the short statements, so how the author arranged the words in that claim. And then you're telling me if it's an objective or subjective point of view. And your groups discuss.
It's called playing down. It's difficult.
She
Subjective is personal and objective is fact. Yeah, basically.
Okay. What is it? Objective or subjective? Subjective? And what did you say? Objective? Okay, let's see. So if we analyze the word choice, we say that a subjective point of view is more personal. So when he says it's easy to go up the lifestyle ladder, but painful climbing it down. Okay, when he says lifestyle ladder, what type of language is he using? Yes?
Creative language and some sort of comparison to having a lifestyle and going up a ladder.
Okay? Alright. So, but what type of language? We discussed it there, this and the last reading. So when they're doing like comparisons, what do you guys call that? Yes. It's a metaphor. So because he's using a metaphor to talk about life, you guys think it's personal or neutral? The point of view. Who say it's personal or neutral? Neutral? Neutral is if he will be talking about like data, statistics. So this point of view is subjective because it's saying it's easy to go up the ladder style. We're talking about us as humans. They're saying like it's easy to get used to like comfort and like convenience. Like it's easy for us to just wake up every day and then get into our cars and drive whatever we need. If we could walk to the school, but we don't do it because it's easier, it's more convenient for us that our parents or drive us to school, even if we're contaminated. So that's what we're saying. Like, it's so easy to get used to like the convenience lifestyle. Okay? So that's what is subjective because it's more personal. The author is comparing his experience as human with what he has lived and what he has observed around us. Like the way that humans behave. That's why it is subjective. It's personal. Okay? And then the use of how he arranged the information in the paragraph. So it's because he wants to emphasize a point. He's saying, he is reflecting here about our behavior as humans and how sometimes it's better, like it's most worth to be like, there is more worth the convenience than taking care of our resources. And then he says, this is important, period. He wants to emphasize that idea. And it's kind of like if he was talking to you. So this paragraph right here is subjective and then uses the sentence to emphasize an idea. Okay? And this one right here, so this is our example for objective point of view. Because he's emphasizing what? What he's saying there in that book.
The difficulties during World War II.
The difficulties during the World War II, and he's not using his life experiences, he's not using emotions or feelings, and he's just emphasizing the American World War II. He's using that type of evidence to back up his claim. Okay? So whenever you want to distinguish between a point of view that is personal or not, you're looking for data that is facts. When it's facts, it's objective. And then part. So we have this question right here. So what is the function of that question right there? If you guys read this part and then the question, what is the question doing there? What is the purpose of that question there? Yes.
The author isn't convinced that changing will be an easy process, and the most hardest part is the agriculture, the transportation, and the military, because they use mostly
Like fossil fuels.
fossil fuels to back up the society.
Yes, that's true. So this question is like challenging the claim. He's already saying, okay, we have all these challenges because plastic is around most of us, like in our lives, in agriculture, in our life, and also in our daily lives. So when he says, can we run this film in reverse? It's like, are we going to be able to do it? It's like challenging, it's like questioning if we are really going to be able. So that this is a function of the rhetorical question. He's giving you already information and he's emphasizing that idea. So this is the challenge, your evidence, and then are we going to be able? So whenever you guys see a question in your text, like when we start reading it, just ask yourself, what is the purpose of, what is the information that is prior to the question? And then, what is the question doing? What is the question emphasizing? Okay? Alright, so now you guys going to need your textbook on the page 331. Okay? Whenever you guys are in that, is 331. Isn't you already know where to start it? So the name is never retrieved from eyes wide open. And then this type of reading is what do you guys think is the type of reading that we're starting? It's an argumentative type of reading. And this reading is important. So today when you guys are reading through taking notes, see, it's important that you guys identify how the author constructs the claim. Like what goes first and then how he is like putting the claim, how he construct his point of view, because this is a mentor text. It's an example for you for your final. Because for your final I think assignment for this unit, you're going to write an argumentative essay. So this text, whenever you guys are writing that argumentative essay, if you guys have questions, go back to this text. But this one is a perfect example of an argumentative essay, okay? So now, I'm gonna give you guys 8 to 10 minutes to read through, take notes, and then we're going to discuss about, okay? So, 8 to 10 minutes, identify okay, so as you guys are reading, I want you to notice how they start the introduction. What elements is he putting in the introduction? And then see if the claim is introduced right away or if it's introduced later. How the information is organized, what type of language is the after using, if he using both objective and subjective or just one, how the evidence is organized, and anything else that you guys want to write notes about. Whenever you see rhetorical question, also make a little sign note. What is the purpose of that question there? How many pieces of evidence is the author offering in each of the paragraphs? Is the claim before or after? What is the concept? Remember that you have to incorporate it in your concept. We're talking about concept use and experience. So what is the problem? Then the claim and the solution. So whenever you introduce it to the development code, so the key is going to solve. So what is proposing to solve? The understanding of this. Analyze the Bible language that the author is using, perspective. First thing we have here a short topic. It says to combat climate change, we may need to make some sacrifices. Okay? And then we have our first paragraph. So, what is the problem? What they're saying about fossil fuels in humans in paragraph number 1? How is it that humans got to discover fossil fuels? Yes?
Basically said that when we discovered fossil fuels, it was our curiosity, but then it turned into something bad.
Yes. On our first sentence of introductory paragraph, they're saying our dependence on fossil fuels didn't arise from an evil thought, but through our curiosity and independence. So, what type of language again is the author using here?
Objective.
Figurative, yeah, and metaphor. Figurative and metaphor. So therefore, if they say we are saying our dependence on fossil fuels, and the point of view is subjective, personal, or objective?
Objective.
Objective?
Because he uses facts to state how we got to the point we use fossil fuels.
So he uses facts. Both of them they're going to use facts. But when we say a personal point of view, he's using emotional or related to experiences. So because he says our dependence as humans, it's more personal. The first sentence, we know that the author decided to start off his argument using a personal point of view. He's comparing himself with humans, okay? So, our dependence on fossil fuels during a race from an evil flow. So it was humans' curiosity and our ingenuity that led us to the discovery of fossil fuels, right? And then they say that they discovered multiple use for the use of fossil fuels. So they can light up houses and they can power out steam engines. So that's basically how he started. How the author started his argument. He said, because of the humans' needs to discover, to explore more, to for advancement, is that we got to the discovery of fossil fuels. And then in the paragraph number 2, he says, necessity is said to be the mother of invention, but the reverse is also true. We tinker and prove. So here, he's backing up his initial argument. He's saying that humans are curious, and because of that curiosity, is that we got to discover fossil fuels. And he's saying we tinker and we prove, and then see if those discoveries can fit anything else. Okay? So see how he introduces his claim in a personal point of view, and then he's backing up with more evidence. So that's how he's been constructing his argument. And then what happened in the paragraph number 3, when he says, with fossil fuels, new uses multiply monthly until we will them into every corner of the world. So what is the conflict there? What is the problem?
Now, we made fossil fuels so connected to our lives that we feel like we can't even disconnect with it.
Yes, okay? So he says, alright, because of our curiosity, we discovered that fossil fuels, we discovered that there are multiple uses for them, but then that discovery becomes something bad because they multiply madly. And now you can see them everywhere. And why they're bad? Because their combustion that they produce, they're contaminated, right? So we can see that the previous case organizing the argument is introducing an idea, and then in the second paragraph, he backs up his information with more evidence, and then in the third, he's introducing the conflict. Okay? So the conflict is that the multiple uses of fossil fuels multiply that. And then when he says, energy buys convenience, and convenience is addictive, highly so. What type of languages again he's using, and what is the perspective that he's using? We know that in the paragraph number 3, we say that because of the multiple uses, yes,
The energy makes our lives easier, and since the brain is hardwired to go to the path that is easiest, it's really hard to disconnect to it because it's the easiest path to make ourselves more advanced.
yeah. So because energy is convenient for us, make our life easier, then become an addiction, right? So that's another evidence. He introduces the problem. Okay, those uses multiply badly to the point that they become an addiction. So now we're addicted to the use of fossil fuels or those type of resources that are not renewable. Okay? And then he gives more evidence. His argument becoming addicted to the use of fossil fuels, and then he said, you see this whenever gas prices raise and endanger our freedom to drive as much as we want. So here, there he's putting more personal evidence to back up his claim right here. Okay? And then what is the solution? What is the claim that he's proposing in the paragraph number 5? We know that fossil fuels that are bad for our environment, they create pollution. Yes?
Don't you say to not throw on the entire lifestyle, but to power on something other than fossil fuels?
Okay. Alright, yes, the solution is to power our lifestyle and something else than fossil fuels. Okay? So that's his solution. Is okay, we're becoming addicted. So what is the solution? So change it. Retreat from it and try to look at other energy sources that doesn't harm the environment. Okay? But then, further in this paragraph, he's stating what? What he's saying when he says, are they lubricating oil out of transportation? And then he continues. What is the idea that he's bringing in that paragraph after he introduces the claim? If you guys read from here, so what kind of information is the author giving me there? From where it says hardware to packaging. What kind of information is the author giving? Go back to your reading. And paragraph number 5. So we know we introduced the claim. If we want to stop our contribution to carbon footprint, we may switch to renewable resources. But then, he's saying, are they lubricating oil out of transportation and agriculture and the military as well as all the products is currently in? So, he's acknowledging that regardless of there is a solution, it's going to be some challenges. So he is acknowledging counterclaims. So this is how you guys are going to organize. So you introduce your claim with your solution, and then you're giving me some counter. Challenges. So in this part right here, the author is giving me some challenges that we must consider. Before we want to implement this change in our life. Okay? And then from there we have the rhetorical question that we just discussed. So he's saying, okay, focusing on something else that are in fossil fuels. There will be some challenges because plastic is everywhere, and then he said, have you read this film again? He's doubting that this idea is going to come along. Okay? And then he said, only once how we replace an energy source so central to our economy and lifestyle. When slavery labor was abolished. Why he is comparing slavery abolition with the addiction to fossil fuels? Yes?
Because back when slavery was slavery people were free and basically that was all that we were proud of, making profit for slaves.
Yes, because slavery back then was like a central power of the economy.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say that, like slavery, slavery and like the coal and resources are very important and what the main thing that makes the economy kept it alive.
Yes. So they're doing this comparison. See how when you guys are writing your own argument, you can use different type of languages to pursue an idea. In this case, the author is using slave abolition because back then slavery was so central to the economy of the country that they feel like they couldn't persist or live without them. And now it's the same thing with fossil fuels. So see how the author is using that type of language, metaphor they're comparing to.
Oh, yeah, we're not doing classes right now, she's in the middle of teaching, sorry.
Alright, so see, this is how you guys are going to structure your own argument. So you're doing your claim, acknowledging the counterclaim of some challenges, and then you can also use some metaphors or some type of figurative language. Okay. And because he's doubting that if we're going to be able to switch from fossil fuels to renewable resources, and he's using this rhetorical question, then he continues saying, this part right here says, our standards of living is raining. When our standards of living is raining by scarcity and side effects, Europeans will go back. Instead, the company is wanting to maintain at any cost. So again, he's giving you more evidence of what will happen. He's giving you more evidence that it's not going to be an easy task. So the way you can arrange your own argument is, okay, you have your argument and one of the paragraph, and then you develop the counter argument, and you can use different type of language, metaphor language, or you can use more neutral language with data and statistics. And then in the second paragraph, you can develop a whole new idea with more evidence. So in this one, they say scarcity is something that we may consider if we want to change from fossil fuels to renewable resources. Why? Because whenever we're trained with the scarcity, so what does the scarcity mean? What is the meaning of scarcity? It's also in your textbook. Yes?
It means when you have a shortage or lack of.
A shortage or lack of something. So whenever we're going to be facing a shortage on the use of fossil fuels or resources that we use, we're not going to credit them back, but instead they come with responses to maintain it at any cost. And then they're giving you more examples right here. They're talking about a future, and they're talking about the losing tuna. What is the problem that what are the two examples that the author is using there to back up his claim here? Yes?
He says that we know our freshwater aquifers are limited and that we're draining it faster than, but not slowly.
Yeah, we know that we don't have enough water resources, but anyway, human responses to drain it. Okay? So see how the author is constructing his argument little by little. He's adding more than two pieces of evidence, so then whenever you're writing your argument, now because we don't have time, I haven't exited it for you guys. We're going to continue this tomorrow. Okay. So you guys need a little piece of paper for your notes. And then put your name, the period, and put your name and the year and the day for today. And then it's not necessary that you guys write the questions, but just the number. And then I want the answer in complete sentence. exit details